council for Thursday, July the 13th. Ask Ms. Fontenot if she'll lead us in the word of prayer, followed by the pledge.
Thank you. Father God, we just are so grateful this day to be the residents of Ascension Parish. We thank you for all of your many blessings. Tonight we particularly ask that as we deal with parish business, that you provide us with the finances or the ideas of where we can get financing as we do the business of the parish. We also, as always, ask your divine protection upon our soldiers, our men and women that are abroad or here in this land, who are providing protection for our country to ensure the freedom that we celebrated this month in Freedom Month. We thank you in the name of Jesus. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Ms. Patterson, please note that Councilman Barriger, Councilman Martin McConnell, Councilman Adrian Thompson, and Councilman Kent Shakespeare are not available tonight. We welcome Ms. Stroud to her first, Councilman Stroud, to her first finance meeting. Chair's addition tonight, I do have one announcement that Mr. Todd Lambert would like to make. Todd, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, I'm let it be known that the August Drainage Board meeting is going to be August 14th instead of August 7th. The second Monday in August. Thank you.
As always at our meetings, we have public comment period. If you would like to make a comment on any of our agenda items, please sign it with Ms. Patterson, or at least raise your hand and be noticed, and I'll notice you at the Finance Committee meeting. Agenda item number 5, Lamar Dixon report. Mr. Eddie Crawford. Mr. Eddie.
Good evening, everyone. You should have a copy of our May financial statements. As always, if you look down in the right-hand corner, the first half of that first page, it shows that we operated basically at a $26,000 loss in the month of May. We didn't meet our budget by that amount. We have various notes listed down here in the second half of the page in the back, and this page 2 that can describe some of those activities that were out there during the month of May. Page 3 of this report, in that lower right-hand column, also shows that we are still about $58,140 ahead of our budget for the year. So at this time of the year, we're still basically ahead of the budgeted loss.
Okay.
Any questions?
Any questions of Mr. Crawford?
Morning, Mr. Chairman.
Yes. Councilman Lambert.
Yeah, Eddie, we have the Swamp Pop
Swamp
this
Pop
weekend?
starts tomorrow. Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you give us any information on the rodeo?
Rodeo was a big success. About 300 candidates out there for the I think it was a week-long event. Very well received. We also won that bidding process. So they're coming back to us in the 2007 year, and we'll rebid for that at the end of that next year's event. So very well received by their committee. It's our understanding that we should be a top contender for that rebidding process. I'd also add that while the financials are not complete for June, we did a lot better than we expected to do on that event. So I think it was a big success. Those folks were in town from all over the state, stayed with us for a week, so it should have been a good impact for the state, parish as well.
RV, are we doing pretty good with the RV spaces?
The RV spaces, event-wise, we're doing real well. That event, I think we were at capacity or just under capacity for the Swamp Pop this weekend. We are sold out.
Great.
Our monthly rental rates for folks that are doing work in and around the parish, recovery operations as well. We've got about 40 full-time RV folks out there. That rate right now is about $450 a month. So we're doing very well in that aspect of the operation right now.
Okay, one last thing, the time and date on the Swamp Pop?
Time and date starts tomorrow at 7, goes until 1 a.m., I'm sorry. Starts back up again Saturday, 10 a.m., and runs till midnight again. So it should be a great weekend. As I said, the RV park is full. We'll offer what they call dry camping, where people can come and self-contain. We'll allow that out there as well.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councilman Lambert. Any other questions of Mr. Crawford? Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Crawford. Okay, we'll move now to agenda item number 6, the Finance Department items. First, the sales and use tax report. Ms. Gwen LeBlanc. Ms. Gwen?
Good evening. You have your normal sales tax report in front of you. If you will refer to it, we'll go over it real quickly. You can see the first column where the figures are for East Ascension drainage, and then the 1 cent sales tax and the half-cent sales tax, that we continue to experience record high collections. Year to date for East Ascension drainage is up 23%. The 1 cent sales tax is up year to date 20%. And the sales tax district number 2, which is your half-cent sales tax, which is dedicated to 1/3 for fire protection services and 2/3 for roads and road construction, is up 19.5%. The largest increases are still realized in sectors like retail. Year to date is up 45% from last year. Motor vehicles is up 36% from last year, and that's followed by business and industrial suppliers. That is up 16% year to date. Our building department also is experiencing record high collections on building permits. Your second sheet is the charts that depict this kind of information. If you look at your second sheet, it's a bar chart, and you can see how year-to-year comparisons for June, that they reflect the figures we just went over, the 20%. And that is for the drainage, the 1 cent sales tax district, and the half-cent. And then the third bar chart, the second bar chart, the third page, is a historical depiction of each district. East Ascension drainage is at the top, and you can see that at 6 months of the year, that if collections continue at this pace, we will exceed the highest sales tax collection year in the history of our parish, which was 2001, in all 3 of our sales taxes districts. So we'll continue to monitor each month. I will prepare for next month's review for the Finance Committee a report that shows exactly where our sales taxes are being derived from this year compared to prior years, what sectors, the retail versus chemical plants, and then the suppliers. We do have to break down the business and industrial suppliers, because some it used to be all generated through the plants, but now with retail and the residential and commercial activity in our parish, we're going to have to separate that sector now, because that has come up also.
Right. Thank you, Ms. Gwen. Any questions, Ms. Gwen? Councilman Hillensberg.
Just to comment on that, Gwen, I got that report that you sent me, and I tallied the figures on the 5 categories, and the plants alone on the 1 cent sales tax is 29% of the sales tax that are being collected.
Right.
The other 4 categories combined are 71%, and we'd had some little bit of discussion about that I think one of the previous transportation.
That's what I said. And a lot of the business and industrial will try to separate what's attributable to the activity in the plants versus the activity in the residential and commercial building.
But still, retail and motor vehicles and
it's very high.
Contractors far outweigh what the plants are paying. Right.
If you notice in the surrounding parishes, they're experiencing these same kind of percents and the same kind of sector increases as Ascension is.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions, comments from Ms. Gwen? Thank you very much, Ms. Gwen.
Okay. And next on our list is the monthly report, and it'll be a quick review by Amanda Barat.
Okay. Ms. Amanda?
Good evening. This is the monthly report for the month of May 2006. Currently, we are at 42% of the year. All funds are within their budget. However, of course, we do have some that appear to be over due to the encumbrances that's on the books for the entire year. We are currently getting ready to start the budget process for amending the 2006 budget and preparing for the 2007 budget. The department heads will be getting their information hopefully by the end of the month, the very first week of August at the latest. At the next finance meeting, we will be presenting the second quarter report, and y'all will be getting a little bit more detailed report than what you have right now. This is just a brief monthly report. Do you want me to go through each one of them? Do y'all want to review it if you have
It's
any
not
questions?
necessary, Miss Amanda. We can, if you'll give us a few minutes to look at it, unless you have anything else to add, we'll look at it a few minutes.
No,
And
okay.
if somebody has some questions.
I tell you, is there anything out of the ordinary you maybe want to point out?
No, everything is pretty much in line with the budget. Like I said, they do have some that's a little bit over the budget. We are monitoring them. Some of the departments are taking care of them with line item transfers within their department. They're not increasing the budget. They're just moving the money around within the department to cover it.
Mr. Savoy, Councilman Savoy.
Amanda, what about emergency management? I see we're at 135% of their budget going into the...
That's in capital outlay, and they did a line item transfer to move money out of part of their operating expenses into that, but it hasn't been put on the books yet. But their overall budget is within budget.
How about the courthouse east construction?
That's the 168%, is that what you're looking
Yeah.
at? That's the revenue, that's the money we got from the state. That'll be an amendment on the budget because we had it on the books for last year and we didn't get the money from the state until this year for the grant. We thought we would get all of it last year and we didn't. It didn't come into this year finalized.
I do have
Yes, Councilman.
Councilman Thompson talked to me about, was it Darrow sewer system?
Yes, sir. Harryville.
Hillryville?
Yeah, they had a shortfall. Bids come in. It was $500,000 more than the project, what was put aside for the project. But I guess we're gonna have to wait and meet with the administration and talk about this some more.
At the utilities meeting the other night, I think we talked about we're going to need to find out exactly where we can get that revenue from, Councilman Thompson. Also, Ms. Patterson, note that Councilman Thompson has shown up, and also Councilman Berger is also here.
They're also looking to see where they can do some cutting on the project, if they could do some cutting. But that project was cut from the beginning, and it might be kind of hard to cut it some more. I just hate to see that $1 million go back to the state, so we just need to find a way. According to Mr. Kellis, we should have some funds in about 3 months. But I think we need to sit down and meet with him to find out all the particulars.
We need to stay on top of that because if we don't want to
That's
jeopardize
60 days.
We don't want to jeopardize ourselves with $1 million before we come up and have a thorough discussion on what we need to do or can do.
Administration was asked to do that the other night, that
Okay.
they do that, and I think Mr. Berger could shed some light on that.
Right. We asked administration to get together with GSA, the engineering firm, to try and shave, like Councilman Thompson said, and also we requested Mr. Keller to give us an update. I believe he told Adrian there was approximately $5 million supposedly coming to the parish, and it would be able to be used for sewer and water. So hopefully we'll have that shortly, and if need be, we're planning to call a special meeting to to address it and hopefully get it to the council. We have 60 days. I think the time started June 19th, Mr. Thompson.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
June
sir.
19th.
So from the 19th, we have 60 days to approve the bid, or they'll have to go out for bids again.
But we are looking at that, Councilman Savoy.
All right, that's all I got.
Any other questions of Ms. Amanda? Thank you, Ms. Amanda.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Agenda item 6C is a contract renewal of the YMCA sublease agreement. Our paralegal, Ms. Sandra Parish.
Right.
Mrs. Gwen.
Ms. Sandra will present it. We've changed our procedures. We're going to try to let Sandra, who's a paralegal, present at the Finance Committee all the contracts up for renewal. And, of course, the respective department head will be available to answer any questions that the committee may have. So
All right.
this will be one. Sandra.
This is a renewal, a sublease agreement between the YMCA and the parish. for use by the Louisiana Cooperative Extension Service. And
I will offer that as a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Moved by Mr. Dempsey Lambert, second by Mr. Hillensbeck, that we place it on the agenda for approval at the next council meeting.
Question.
Mr. Thompson,
How much
discussion.
is the lease?
I was just fixing to ask.
Oh.
We don't have a copy up here of
Oh,
the
you don't?
lease, which is
It's,
typical. Next time, Sandra, make sure that we have
Okay.
copies, but I don't see a copy here, so that
oh, I
they would
thought I
know.
had
But go ahead.
forwarded.
You
I'm
can
sorry.
go ahead and explain the details of the lease, please, Mr. Thompson.
It's $36,000
Uh-huh.
per year.
36,000 a year, Mr. Thompson. Any other discussion? Any other
We're not
questions?
responsible
change
for.
Hang on a second. Mr. Thompson has the floor. Go ahead, Mr.
We're
Thompson.
not responsible for utilities or nothing. Just that covers the leasing
just-
entirely.
Just the sublease for their use.
Right. If you recall, we had an agreement with the LSU Corporate Extension since 1969 to provide office space for them to operate out of, and I think we make some contributions to their salaries. And we recently redid this lease because of the aging of it, and that was prior to entering into the agreement with Lamar Dixon Foundation. So we've been providing them office space and contributions to their salaries since 1969. This price was negotiated at the time, I think it was maybe 3 years ago. And when we did enter into an agreement with the Lamar Dixon Foundation, it had to, we honored the YMCA lease with Lamar Dixon. Is why it's with YMCA now instead of directly with LSU Corporate Extension Service.
Okay.
It's like a sublease.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Hillensbeck,
Yeah.
Councilman Hillensbeck.
And you may have said, I may have missed it, what was last year's lease on the building? I mean, the
Same
lease?
thing.
Same thing.
Same
The
amount, okay,
thing.
didn't change at all, okay.
Councilman Savoy, you had your hand up. You had a question?
Yes, sir. Is there any changes to the lease?
No,
Same exact.
same thing.
Ms. Gwen, you said that we've had this agreement since 1969.
An agreement.
An agreement with who?
LSU Corporate Extension Service.
All right, and the YMCA is just a sublease of that?
Right, they
Okay,
moved-
because you threw me off, because for 12 years, I never knew anything about having a lease with YMCA. It was always Louisiana. It was a
Oh,
LSU
yeah, the
corporate. Okay.
YMCA lease is just since we leased the Lamar Dixon Expo Center.
I'm good with it.
And we moved LSU Corporate Extension there a
Right.
few years before to the YMCA building.
Right.
They had extra office space.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. Any other discussion? Any opposition to the motion? Okay, therefore, Ms. Susie, you can place that on the agenda. Thank you very much, Sandra.
Thank you.
We'll move now to agenda item number 7, which Mr. Shakespeare has called me this afternoon and said he'd like to pull that from the agenda. He was not going to be able to be here to attend on that, so we will pass over that. Agenda item 8, the yearly task order renewal for URS Incorporated. It's got Mr. Rue's name with it, but I see Mr. Babin out there. I guess, Mr. Dennis, you're handling this?
Hamlin, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, we are asking approval of the Finance Committee to renew the URS task order contract, and this is a contract that has 4 task orders with it, with a maximum of $100,000 for each task order. And like I said, it's just a renew of the contract.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Councilman Barriger, second by Councilman Thompson. Discussion. Any questions of Mr. Babin? Any opposition to the motion? No opposition. Ms. Patterson, please place that on the agenda for the next council meeting. Agenda item number 9, the proposed agenda item for, the proposed agenda for July 20th. I do have Ms. Martha Collins who would like to address the council on a grant that you would like for the proposed agenda meeting.
I was just asking.
We can put it on there. You want to bring people up to date? Okay. It is a resolution dealing with a Governor's Recreation Trail grant that was granted for the River Parish College.
Yes, sir.
It wasn't used. There's another use for it, so we need to put it on the agenda so we can.
We've asked for an extension of the grant.
Yes, ma'am.
And then we will have to, since the resolution was voted on with the River Parish Community College name, we'll have to have a new resolution amending
Motion to
that.
put on agenda.
Motion put on a proposed agenda.
Second.
Second by Ms. Stroud. Any discussion? Okay. Motion passes if there's no opposition. No opposition. Ms. Susie, make sure you put that on. Councilman Lambert, you had a
Yeah,
question?
one other item that at the last council meeting, we discussed appeals for the presentation that a constituent wanted to put on the agenda. And she went through appeals process, and I think Mr. Thompson made a recommendation that legal looked at it, so I think
Yeah.
it needs to be on the agenda.
I think
So
we asked to put that on the
asked to put it
agenda.
back on the agenda.
And I might remind all the council that they have up until the 20th to view that film also, because there will be a decision made. So that was supposed to be on the agenda too, Ms. Patterson.
Mr. Valentine,
Yes, Councilman.
do we know
Barrett.
who has the film and where's it at right now
I
in
think
the
Mr. Babbitt
rotation?
has, you have a copy? Mr. Babbitt has a
There are a
copy.
couple copies. Mr.
Okay.
Mr. Shakespeare had one, and in
hadn't
fact,
seen-
he told me you was going to pick it up and bring it to me. So
I
you
did,
know
but
where
it's not
one
for
is.
me, it's for you. I
Okay.
need to find one for myself.
Right, yes, sir. Well, you can look at it first and then bring it to me.
Where could you purchase this?
I do not know.
Walmart?
No,
Someplace
no,
like that?
absolutely not. She got this from the foundation that puts this particular film out over. I think
Yeah, I can shed a
Mr.
little light
Hillsback
on it.
actually shed some
You
light,
can get
'cause I
that
think
from
he viewed it.
Wall Builders. It's Wall Builders, www.wallbuilders.com. You can buy 'em, internet.
Patriotic organization, I think. I don't know a whole lot about the organization, but the film is on appeal, and that's what we have to rule on that.
Councilman Valentine, can we
Yes,
put together
yes,
some type of schedule so that we can rotate it and get it to each
Absolutely,
person?
absolutely. I'll make sure that takes place, Councilman Stroud. Okay, any other comments? Okay, we'll move to agenda item number 10, new business. Any new business? No new business. Any old business? Any old business? The chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Todd Lambert, second by Mr. Barriger.
This thing's exciting.
We stand in recess.
Oh, man. That was late.